I am not a City Hall insider. I'm an entrepreneur and educator. More than 16 years ago, as an entrepreneur, I founded a venture capital firm. I had no venture capital experience. I had a new approach to the industry. I met with 400 institutional investors over 3 years, so I got used to hearing no a lot, which I took as not yet. And I ultimately raised a series of venture funds and have supported more than 60 companies in the Bay Area who have created thousands of jobs. So when people talk about job creation, I know a lot about it firsthand. I've also spent more than a decade backing education entrepreneurs to bring innovation into our public schools to support teachers and improve student outcomes. More than 2 years ago, I just started listening to people in San Francisco. I went neighborhood by neighborhood. Since then, we've knocked on almost 300,000 doors. I just knocked on 300 doors in the outer Sunset in heels. But I've walked 37 merchant corridors. I've met with thousands of merchants, and I've met countless voters at morning bus stops and in neighborhood forums. And I will tell you, I have heard loud and clear, we need a new approach to our long-term systemic problems, and we're not going to get there by just trading chairs at City Hall. I always say my moment of obligation when I knew I had to run had to do with public education. I became convinced the only way we're going to significantly improve our public schools is if the mayor makes it a high-level priority. We have lost families at an alarming rate. Less than 14% of our population is under the age of 18. In most cities, it would be 20 to 25%. And they leave because of uncertainty around school placement. We have to go back to a neighborhood schools model. We're never going to build community around schools unless we do. And we have to engage the business community and the philanthropic community. As the innovation capital of the world, I always say we're like the shoemaker's kids who don't have any shoes. There's a lot of great innovation happening and individualized learning and adaptive curriculum, and we're not even piloting any of it here because we don't have the resources, and we have to reach out to the community in order to really prepare our kids to the 21st century. We also have to grow our way out of the cycles of budget deficits, and the way we're going to do that is keeping jobs in the city. I don't need to study what we need to do. We just have to eliminate the employee payroll tax and stop taxing stock options. They are job killers, and we have years of data that prove that that's the case. And we also are breaking the backs of our merchants. Our merchants are the backbone of our neighborhoods, and I always wonder if people from City Hall ever walk down the street and go into stores and talk to merchants. Because when I do, all they do is walk me over to their wall of licenses and permits and tell me how they used to have 3 when they started, now they have 12, and some cost over $1,000. And they're just, the cost of doing business in San Francisco has gone way out of scale. And then we're really fortunate, we have such an engaged community, you're all examples of that. But we have to be much more open about how we spend everyone's money, and I have to go quick. I have sunshine requested every single budget from every department in the city, and no one's released their line item budget to me. I keep getting referred back to the main controller's budget, which has items called other expenses with 54 million, other expenses 22 million. We owe people in the city a much better job of how we spend everyone's money, and we're committed to providing that. I look forward to bringing new leadership to City Hall. I would love to be your first choice vote. With ranked choice voting, you can take a risk and vote for something you don't know because it's the best answer.